News, traffic, and weather center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
The time is time for action. Well, the radio is on.
I've been waiting all day.
It's go time.
That's the big thing today, radio.
Getting restless?
Speak into the microphone, Squid Brain.
Let's start the show.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is rolling on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget that brand spanking new phone number. You may have forgotten it, 937-957-1290. If you'd like to give the show a call. Coming up tonight on the show, we've got mail. A couple of responses to the beginning of my show yesterday, which I shared. I'm not going to dwell too deep into it, but my son passed away a couple of Saturdays ago. And I brought that to bear here on the show last night. So if you missed it, you can find it on my Facebook or on the podcast. You can find that at eveningedgetodd.com. So we got some emails about that we'll get to. Also, I've got a question about soccer. Over the weekend, we had some folks over after my son's celebration of life and got into a conversation with a buddy of mine about my distinguished soccer career. I'm being facetious. I didn't have a career and it was not distinguished, but I did play. And I have some questions, and I know we have soccer players, older soccer players that listen to the show. So maybe I can get some answers. We'll talk about that. Also, we got some creepers in the news. We got animal news. We got some breaking the law. The first thing I wanted to get to here, I saw this story about a Barbie Dream Fest that took place in Fort Lauderdale. Now, I recall a couple of years ago, there was an event I want to say it was maybe in England, maybe. And it was, it had to do with, I think, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where they promised, the promoters of this event promised this huge Willy Wonka experience. And it turned out it was like a couple of cardboard stand-ups of Willy Wonka, and just really shoddy. But this particular story, this Barbie Dream Fest, took place in Fort Lauderdale, and the folks that went are up in arms because they say that it didn't deliver on the advertising. The 3-day event drew Barbie fans from across the country, some of whom spent thousands of dollars on tickets, flights, and hotels. A daily ticket to Barbie Dream Fest was $72. Or you could get the 3-day premium package for $502.50. One woman, a 40-year-old Barbie super fan from New York, flew in with 3 friends and spent roughly $2,000 on the trip. And it was described, she said, as the most she described it as the most Temu Barbie convention she'd ever been to. And if you don't know what that means it was just garbage. Not good at all. She said everything advertised is exaggerated, and now Mattel is distancing themselves from the people who put on this event. And I guess there was a management company who, licensed Barbie for a weekend, which sounds a little salacious, but they licensed the brand so they could have this event, and they licensed it from Mattel. And they're the ones who put this on, not Mattel. But the name of the company Could have been a sign of what was to come. Mischief Management. That's the name of the company. But I bring this up because, events and event experiences have sort of become all the rage over the last 5 or 10 years. People want to have amazing experiences, in-depth, immersive, in a variety of genres. Barbie, one of them. I wouldn't want to be going to a Barbie summer fun fest or whatever it was called, but I get that people would. Some people who really love Barbie. So my question is, think back to all the events that you've paid to go to that just didn't deliver. Because I bet that there's some pretty good stories about these events. Maybe it was in town, or maybe you had to travel out of town, and you go and you're expecting all the glitz, all the glamour, all the fun that you see in their advertisement and on their Facebook page, and then you get there and it's like it's like in a parking lot of a rundown strip mall with just shabby tents, and you're like, what is this? I paid for this? This reminds me of that documentary a couple of years ago, that Fire Fest. Remember that? Isn't that what it was called? The Fire Festival? Where the promoters promised this big over-the-top concert experience on some island. And it just turned out into a big ass show. It was awful. People were covered in mud, and there was no food, and there was no water. They couldn't get out of there. I mean, it was just, you should find that documentary. It was a good one. Can't believe that they got away with that. Well, they didn't get away with it. But I saw maybe a year or so ago that there was talk about trying to redo it. This time it'll be better. No, it won't. No, it won't. But I'm just thinking, think about that. And maybe you've been to an event in your life where you forked out some big money and it just was not what you thought it would be. 937-957-1290. I remember a couple of events that I went to throughout the years in radio. And I don't want to talk ill will about any of those events because most of them were here locally, and people try, they do their best. But I've been to a few where you're kind of like, okay, well, I certainly wouldn't have done it that way, And then luckily when you're in radio, lots of times you don't have to pay for the tickets, right? You get invited because they want you to be a part of it. They want you to talk about the event on your show or whatever it might be. And then you go and you're kind of like, all right. Well, as somebody who has done events as part of their job for going on 30 years in broadcast, I wouldn't have done it that way. I just wouldn't have done it. But maybe you've got something like that. 937-957-1290. The other thing I wanted to mention here at the beginning, last night we talked a little bit about Tiger Woods and the whole situation with him wrecking his car again. We determined this was the fourth time he's had some sort of mishap with a motor vehicle. Well, now, a lot of people thought, and I even speculated this, he wasn't on alcohol, but you could tell that he was on something. He refused to take a urinalysis test, which automatically meant that he was being charged with driving under the influence there down in Florida. So today now he says, I saw this story this morning, that he's telling the cops what caused the accident wasn't that he was on something. It's that he was looking at his cell phone and trying to change the radio station. And that's what caused him to take his eyes off the road. But that doesn't explain him attempting to pass the truck at a high rate of speed. I mean, if you're looking at your cell phone and trying to change the radio station, are you really going to try to pass somebody on a road? And this wasn't a highway. So I don't know. That's the latest. But he ended up rolling his vehicle. He's okay. The other driver was okay. We talked about that. But that's the latest. And he also says, again, he's not going to hire a professional driver. Even though he's got more money than all of us and doesn't need to drive. He could be carted around. But he's not open to that. So we'll see what happens. The Tiger saga continues.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
All right, everybody. What's happening? Let's see. Kelly, Liam's running track. What's he doing? Liam, the official, unofficial mascot of the Evening Edge. What's his sport, or what's his not category, event? What's his event? Is he doing the high jump, hurdles, pole vault, long jump? Or is he just running in circles?
Damn it, Todd.
Let's see. Daniel says WDTN is better. Okay. I know, Colleen, that's what I thought too. Mischief management. That sounded like something from Harry Potter. Oh, Zach, well, you can go back and listen to it. You can listen to it if you want. Hey, Jamie. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back.
Damn it, Todd.
Hey, Randy, how you doing? A cement truck crashes into woman in Logan County in Bell Fountain. Holy cow. Is it loud?
Damn it, Todd.
Is that better? Oh, let's see if I can do that. Here we go.
Damn it, Todd. I love you.
Let's try that again.
Damn it, Todd. I love you.
That's funny.
Damn it, Todd. Damn it, Todd. Damn it, Todd. I love you.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Think I need a third. I need a third one to throw in there. Wonder what it could be.
Again, 800. Big Children's will soon have a new CEO. We'll have latest at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
You have to admit that he is a lot of fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Jamie and Xenia, what's going on, Jamie?
Hey, Todd.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hearing your voice. I catch up with you every Saturday morning on my way to work on 95.7.
Oh yeah,
So-
they play a best of on Saturday
yeah,
morning.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because I'm solar powered. Sun goes down, so do I. But anyhow, I took my son when he was about 7 to this dinosaur thing. It was free tickets were given to me, and I was like, oh, this will be a great, mom and son moment.
Yeah.
He's walking around and he's going, that's fake. That's fake. Yeah. I spent more money at the concession stand than I did. And I was like, well, look, these are fossils. Okay, you can get them, but they're fake. And I was like, well, we'll never do that again.
Wow. He just wasn't impressed at all.
Well, I wasn't impressed either. It was the longest 3 hours I've ever been to a place.
Did they at least have like models of dinosaurs or?
Oh yeah, but I mean, they would come out and it was local, so I'm sure you understand. But they would come out and this guy's going, well, watch out for the pterodactyl. And Zach's like, it's on your arm. And I'm like, oh my God.
Very, very uninterested then. So, all right. Well,
yeah.
That's a good one.
I spent more money at the concession stand so he'd stop talking and correcting everybody. I'm like, just eat a hot dog. Here's popcorn. Here's pop.
Stuff whatever. A hot dog in your mouth and zip it up, kid.
Yeah. I couldn't wait to go home. But welcome back.
Thank you.
I'll never forget that. And I'm like, I'll never take a free ticket again.
I got you. Thanks, Jamie.
Sir, please identify yourself.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Well, who is this guy? Where did he come from?
Maybe he escaped from the circus.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I mean, this guy is something else.
That's for you. Keep listening to the radio.
On WHIO.
Yeah, I don't know what am I wrong here? I feel like there needs to be a third. How about instead of you suck, how about like you suck wad? Damn it, Todd, you suck wad. I love you. Oh, there you go. Yeah, a little casino bell love in the background. You douche canoe. That's a good one. Don't do it right now. Heather, if you want to call, don't do it right now. Do it a little bit later. Do it after 6:30 once the liquor kicks in. I think for all of us, it would be better.
So remember yesterday.
Royalties. Good luck.
WHIO News. Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who would like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. My producer, Ian, was just like flopping on his shirt because, no, I get it. You're hot. Like, you're warm, aren't you? No. I mean the temperature. When I came into the studio at 4 o'clock to get set up, it was 82 degrees in here. What is up with that? I go across the hallway to record something. It's 69. How is it that two rooms 10 feet apart? I mean, join us. The Evening Edge. We're going to be doing it live at All the Best Delicatessen. 5 to 7. It's a happy hour happening on April 23rd. Now, this is the event that was scheduled for last week, but I wasn't here. So we've rescheduled it. The folks at All the Best said, yeah, we want you back. We want you here. So it is now scheduled for April 23rd. So if you'd like to come out and see the show live, meet the other Edgeheads, get your shots first. And then, no, I'm kidding. But come on out and see us. And I'd love to see you. I'd love to meet you if we haven't met before. So put that on your calendar. April 23rd, All the Best Delicatessen down there on Route 48 in Washington Township. Over the weekend, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. We had the celebration of life for my son Alex, who passed away. And then afterwards, we had some close friends and family to our house, and we had a lovely cookout that some dear friends of ours put together and provided all the food, did all the work. It was just wonderful. It's such a blessing to have great friends like that. But I got into a conversation with a buddy of mine who I hadn't seen in a bit, and he was there with his new wife, and we started talking about soccer. And I just mentioned, because he asked, like, well, how long did you play soccer? And I said, well, I played soccer in high school, and I played soccer in college, and then I played some soccer afterwards. Nothing at a real high level, but I loved doing it, and I coached, And I said, but I still have dreams, like actual dreams when I'm sleeping, not hopes that I'm ever going to be able to play again. But dreams where I'm out there playing soccer back in the day. And it was just a nice conversation, right? And it was just fun to reminisce and all that. Then today, I see a story about a guy in England who they call him the Lionel Messi of walking soccer. And I thought, what? Walking soccer? And this guy's 71. He has led the English walking soccer team, I guess, to multiple World Cup championships. I had never heard of walking soccer. So I got online, and apparently this is a growing trend. I would almost equate this to like when pickleball started. You'd kind of hear about pickleball here and there, right? And you get a funny idea in your mind, like, well, what's pickleball? Is it with a pickle? That kind of thing. But now it's all the rage, right? I mean, all these places are opening up. There's one not far from me on Linden Avenue, a big pickleball barn. But I'm curious if anybody here in Dayton knows about walking soccer, because I remember playing for just a couple of years in an adult league. It wasn't a competitive league. It was like a recreational league. But the people that were playing were just doing it for fun. It wasn't, not everybody was in shape. Not everybody was any good. I mean, it was just kind of a fun thing to get out and do. But it was soccer. I mean, there was some physical contact. There was running. There was heading of the ball. There was, it was just a regular soccer game, but with just a bunch of old fat people like me. But this walking soccer has kind of, I'm interested in, because you're not really just walking. You're just not running hard. I would probably be walking, but there's rules, like you have to keep one foot on the ground at all times. So there's no heading of the ball. You can't jump up and head it. You're not even allowed to head it when you're standing on the ground. The ball is not allowed to go more than 6 feet off the ground. There's no contact. Like you can't slide tackle anybody. You can't, because that's how people get hurt. But I'm just curious if this is a thing here locally. I know that there's like indoor soccer leagues, different places where it might be 6-on-6, right? It's not the normal 11v11 that you would see out on a big field. And I know they have short-sided games even outside on a soccer field, but smaller field. So I'd just be curious if anybody out there who's involved with soccer knows about walking soccer, because another buddy that was at my house on Sunday or Saturday, he still plays soccer. He's my age, but he's in good shape. He's in really good shape, and he still gets out there and plays. But that's real soccer. So I'm just curious if anybody is aware of that, because that might be kind of fun. That might be kind of fun. Or I just put me in the goal. I used to play goalkeeper. I can do it again. We got some mail to get to.
Knock off the jaw jack, and it's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The fan man.
Oh, I'm a big fan of is yours.
Jamil is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
If you'd like to send me an email, send it to eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. Hey, Todd, I don't know if you noticed, but the road you talked about in your neighborhood with all the potholes has finally been fixed, or at least the potholes have been filled. I live around the corner from you and come home the same way as you do, and Charlwood Avenue was like a minefield. I don't know if they fixed it because you complained about it on your show, but I'm going to give you credit. Love your show, Jerry in Riverside. Well, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I'm sorry. Look, it's been a couple of weeks. Just hit the wrong button. That's all that happened. So this is part of the Evening Edge Pothole Patrol. If you see a pothole out there, because we are in pothole season, maybe not so much, it's not so bad this week, but I know a couple of weeks ago, there were still a lot of potholes out there. And this road in particular in my neighborhood, not a highly traveled road for most of the Miami Valley. It was a neighborhood road, but it was an access point, to go in and out of the neighborhood that I live in with many other people. And I'm not kidding when I tell you, because I counted. There were more than 20 potholes on that road. And this road, by the way, was only about 100 yards, if that. So they did fix it. I don't know if it's because I was complaining about it, because I did mention, I said, I know people that work for the city of Riverside, including the mayor, Mayor Pete, listens to this show. And maybe a call was made. I don't know, but thank you to the Riverside Road crew for fixing that road. But I've noticed there's been a lot of road crews out there fixing potholes over the last couple of weeks. As I was, took some time off and I'd run around and do whatever I had to do, and I saw them out there working. So that's good. But thank you for that, Jerry. I will take all the credit. Hi, Todd, longtime listener here. Your show tonight hit home for me. My son and I had a bit of a falling out this summer. We were always very close. We haven't spoken since August. I listened to you on my way home from work and bawled my eyes out the whole way home. I will reach out to my son to mend our relationship. I love you, Todd, for your deep message to everyone. Tanya from Troy. So last night, many of you were probably listening, which is great, and I love that. Many of you probably weren't. You had other things going on and you didn't hear. But I did mention this at the beginning of the show tonight. My son passed away a couple of Saturdays ago, and he and I hadn't spoken for a couple of years, probably 3.5 years, through some things that have happened in our lives. And my only message last night was that, don't let the time get away from you. If you're having an issue with a loved one, and you haven't been able to reconcile, or there's some distance there, tomorrow is not guaranteed. And unfortunately, I learned that the hard way. I wasn't able to reconcile with my son before he passed. So, I received a ton of beautiful messages from edgeheads who heard that last night. And I hope, for the sake of people like Tanya and others, Sabrina sent me a message. There were so many who are in that same situation, where somebody in their life, whether it be a child or a sibling or a parent, whatever it might be, there's some distance there. But if you really want to fix it before it's too late, you got to take the step. Don't wait for them to do it. Do what you can. Because you don't want somebody to leave this life with those feelings and those issues unresolved. So that was my message yesterday, and that will be my message moving forward. But thank you for your email, Tanya. I do appreciate it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
I love this show.
It's fun to listen to.
Locally grown.
Here in Dayton.
Seriously funny.
It's a crackpot with wild ideas.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Thanks, Jamie. Have a great night. Ooh, White Castle. The first trip to White Castle. Woohoo! I'm hanging in there, TJ. Hanging in there. Thank you for asking.
News and talk.
From the birthplace of aviation, WHIO, Dayton, Springfield, WHIO FM, Pleasant Hill.
The High Court takes up birthright citizenship. We'll have the latest at 6 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
So what's wrong with having a little fun, huh?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Now, be honest with me. Back in your juvenile delinquent days, did you ever take a car on a joyride? Maybe it was mom and dad's. Maybe it was somebody else. I just came upon 3 stories in the last day or two about people taking vehicles on joyrides. Now, admittedly, one is only one of these stories is a teenager. 16-year-old in Croydon, England, was recently arrested after cops say he and an alleged group of fellow offenders crashed a stolen black 2020 Lamborghini super SUV. Cops say the group stole the Lambo from a house around 1 o'clock in the morning and took it for a joyride that lasted until 4:30 that afternoon. Holy cow. That's a lot of joyride fun. And then there was this one. A Florida man was arrested after cops say he took a brand new Porsche 2026 for a joyride instead of delivering it to a customer in Michigan. I guess the car's owner hired a transport company to ship the Porsche to Michigan. But 2 days later, despite the company claiming the delivery crew had been stopped by police, the victim noticed live tracking updates showing something unsettling. His Porsche was being driven. It turns out the guy who was supposed to deliver it took it off the trailer and was driving it around Fort Myers. Took the Porsche out for a joyride. And then lastly, this happened in Indiana a day or two ago. 41-year-old man was arrested for stealing a Bud Light truck and taking it for a joyride, which led to a police chase. Cops say the thief stole the truck from a parking lot of a liquor store. He refused to pull over when police which led police on a chase. They used stop sticks to try to stop the truck, but that's when the suspect rammed a sheriff's patrol vehicle, but then eventually crashed into a field. Even then, he refused to get out of the truck. Deputies had to use pepper ball rounds to get him out. He was taken to the hospital for treatment, had a blood alcohol content of 0.103, which is over the legal limit. But 3 quality joyrides right there. So be honest. Be honest. Did you ever take somebody's car on a joyride?
Sir, please identify yourself.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Well, who is this guy and where did he come from?
Maybe he escaped from the circus.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I mean, this guy is something else.
That's for you. Keep listening to the radio.
on WHIO.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, wow, John, that's awful. Woo. It's so hot in here. It's so hot. All right. Let's get to it.
Immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
WHIO is all news.
Dayton's news
all talk.
and talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
I believe it's about that time.
Turn the radio on, man. This is my friend, Todd.
He makes me laugh.
From Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, super! What a crackpot. Would you please just listen?
Really fun, and it's free. Oh boy, this is great.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
That's hot.
That's hot.
That's hot.
So hot. Personally, I think it's hot.
That's hot. That's hot. So hot. Oh my God, that's hot. I think it's hot. That's hot. That's hot. This is hot.
It is so hot.
That's hot. So hot, right?
I think it's so hot.
It's so hot.
It's 80 degrees here in the studio. That's how hot it is. Holy cow. This is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is rolling. It's on Facebook, YouTube. We got a telephone number. It's brand new. Well, kind of brand new. 937-957-1290. If you'd like to give it a call. Coming up, I've got... I saw this story when I was out. Did anybody else see the story about vaping squirrels? Apparently, this is becoming a problem. Squirrels have started vaping. And then the other, we got animal news. This is what I'm getting to here. We got the vaping squirrels, and then cocaine sharks. This is exciting. Yeah. But we'll get to that here in a bit. But it is Tuesday, which means it's Tasty Tuesday.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself a tasty snack?
Want a bite? They're real tasty.
How you get so big that you food of this kind?
It was tasty, delicious, and tasty.
When you're hungry, everything looks tasty.
That was tasty little hors d'oeuvre.
You know, I love talking about food because it's one of the few things we can actually agree on, right? We don't agree on politics a lot of the times. We don't agree on religion or favorite sports teams. So many things divide us in today's world. But we all enjoy a good meal and a tasty treat. I'm excited about this, but I want to try to keep my excitement contained because I don't want to be disappointed. While I was out, I saw that a Godfather's Pizza was opening a new location in Sugar Creek. And they had a big opening on this past Sunday. It's located at 4458 Clio Road. The new space features a larger dining room and a drive-through window for convenience, which, by the way, I think that's a great thing. I've talked about it before. There being a drive-through pizza place. That's awesome. But this is why I'm trying to keep my excitement contained because, and Godfather's has come up on the show before. Back when I was a kid, Godfather's was one of the go-to places for pizza, especially if you liked deep dish. Now, my family, we weren't deep dish pizza people all the time, but on occasion, we enjoyed a nice deep dish pizza. And Godfather's was the place to go. And I was having this conversation with somebody here in the building today that I recall there being a Godfather's at the corner of Linden and Woodman. And there's a Dollar General there now. There's a KFC. But I remember that particular corner block, or that particular corner there, was a Godfather's. And the thing that I remember about the Godfather's is that amazing large Godfather's pizza that was deep dish. It had really, really good crust. It wasn't terribly thick, like super thick, but it was pretty sturdy. But I also remember there was probably a good half of inch of nothing but toppings. It was so good. And the cheese was amazing. And I remember those pizzas, and I loved those pizzas. But then, Godfather's closed down. And then at some point in the last 20 years, whatever it was, Godfather's came back. But the times that I went there, and I remember going once or twice, they didn't have that pizza on the menu. It was just it was a good pizza. Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing it. It just wasn't what I remembered. And somebody posted this story about this new place opening up, and I said, "Hey," I commented, "please give us an option on that great deep dish classic Godfather's pizza." And a number of people like that. Like, yeah, we agree, we agree, we agree. So I'd be curious if anybody's made it down to that Godfather's, and if, in fact, they have that deep dish pizza. Because if they do, I'll be returning. If not, I'm not making the drive. So maybe somebody knows. 937-957-1290. Don in Kettering. What's going on, Don?
How you doing, Todd? And two things. One, my deepest condolences for the loss of your son.
Thank you.
That's very important. Love your show, by the way.
Oh, appreciate it. Hang on. Hold on now. There you go. You get your casino bells.
And you're talking to a guy who played soccer for 50 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I would have continued playing after I retired. However, I had to have 4 hip surgeries on the same hip, and that pretty much killed that. But there are leagues around here that are over 60, over 65, and over 70 that are playing around here. The older teams are traveling teams, and the team I was going to play for has won the last 5 years in a row.
Wow.
And they'll travel to South Carolina, Florida.
Oh my
Las
gosh.
Vegas, various different places.
Wow, like a kids traveling soccer team, except it's for a bunch of old guys.
Exactly.
Those are more fun, I bet.
Area,
yeah.
I've been playing around this area since it was Say Soccer.
Oh, wow, I remember that. Yeah. Yep. I played it. I played in the Beaver Creek Soccer Association, BSA, the second year that they had it. I didn't play the very first year. I signed up the second year. But do those leagues, those aren't walking leagues though, right? I mean, these are guys probably out there running.
Oh, no. Yeah, they're running. In fact, I played in a tournament out in San Diego in 2012. It was the Veterans Cup is what they called it.
Yeah.
And it was teams from all over the country that went out there, and they had like 36 fields pristine.
Oh my gosh.
Right at the base of some mountains.
Yeah.
And everybody played against everybody. I mean, there were ex-pros that were in that league. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah, see,
and
that sounds cool,
watching
but I can't do that. There's no way I could do that. I
can't anymore either.
I would hurt myself. Sad. I would hurt myself, but I feel like I might if I just do some stretching and do a little bit of conditioning. Maybe I could get out there and I could play walking soccer, but there's no way I would try to go out there with any real competitive desire and, people running and tackling and all that. No, thanks.
Oh, of course not. And if I'll tell you one thing, if you can walk, literally like walk around blocks and so forth, yeah, you can do that league without batting an eyelash.
Yeah.
That's how easy that is.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Don. I appreciate it. That line's open, 937-957-1290. I had one other food-related Tasty Tuesday story, but I wanted to take Don's call. But I saw this story. This is about, of course, Easter is this weekend and Easter candy. A lot of people love it. Ohio is, according to this survey, this is from Google Trends. Okay, Google Trends. Ohio is the third most enthusiastic state about Easter candies. Michigan is number 1, Pennsylvania is number 2, and Ohio is number 3. And again, based on Google Trends. So people, put in the Google Easter candy. Ohio ranks 3rd. So that's great. Now, I'm getting to an interesting point here. 5 most popular Easter candies in the U.S. This is the same deal. Google Trends. Number 1, Peeps. Number 2, Chocolate Bunnies. Number 3, Jelly Bellies. Number 4, Swedish Fish. Number 5, Reese's. Here are the least 5 popular, or the 5 least popular in the U.S. Number 1, Cadbury Cream Eggs. Really? I love those. Jolly Rancher Gummies, number 2. I'm skipping number 3, and I'm going to get back to that. Number 4, M&M's. And number 5, Pez. Here is number 3. Something called Sconza Jordan Almond. Do you know what a Jordan almond is? Have you heard of sconza? Neither have I. Neither have I. Now, okay, it's on the list of the least popular. But here's where it gets a little interesting, a little tricky. They also, using Google Trends, looked at the most popular Easter candy in each state. Most of the states, it's Peeps. Then there's Reese's. There's Starburst. A couple of Swedish fish on the East Coast. A couple of Cadbury's. In the states of California, Texas, Florida, Virginia, and Michigan, and Ohio, according to Google Trends, the number one Easter candy in each of those states, Jordan almonds. I've never heard of that. Has anybody heard of Jordan almonds? Now you would think that maybe this is a survey paid for by Jordan almonds, you know, but I've never heard of that. Okay, somebody says they're candy coated almonds. All right, well that sounds good. I'm not knocking them. I've just never heard of them. But that's the number one Easter candy in Ohio? That is weird to me. And I did a little research, and it says that they're popular. Let's see. In several of these states where Italian American and Latino traditions remain visible, sugared almonds still appear at christenings and wedding receptions. I don't know what that has to do with Easter, but that's weird. I've never heard of those before. I would have thought it would be, you know, like Reese's Cups or the chocolate covered eggs. But not sconza.
Sir, please identify yourself.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Well, who is this guy and where did he come from?
Maybe he escaped from the circus.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I mean, this guy is something else.
Just for you, keep listening to the radio.
On WHIO.
Now from the
Huh. I've never heard of them. Maybe I know them as something different. No, that is not. No, I don't recognize those. No, I did, Heather. I looked, but the packaging does not look familiar to me. I can kind of see, I recognize the candy, but I don't recognize it as Jordan's almonds or Sconza. I like that, Josh.
$95.7 WHIO.
Can we have some fun now, please?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. New telephone number, 937-957-1290. Let's talk to Jason in Dayton. What's going on, Jason?
Hey, Todd, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Hey, not too bad. I still owe you some pictures with my cars crashing into the building trophy.
Oh, this is Jay. Oh, yeah. Jason's
the that Jason. Yeah.
Jason, this is the Jason that guessed correctly last year. And is it now? I think I asked this before. Is it prominently displayed in your home, the trophy?
100%.
Oh,
that's right. In our living room underneath our TV, right to where everybody can see it.
That's nice. That's nice. Now, you know what you'll have to do? Keep it up there all year. And then when you get to Christmas, put some decorations on it, you know?
You bet. You bet.
Anyway.
So with the soccer talk tonight, are you have any plans to see any of the World Cup in the U.S. this summer?
No, because here's why. I remember when they announced it and the tickets went on sale. Just for fun, I went to look and see how much the tickets were. Astronomical. Yeah, I don't like. I'm not a big fan of big crowds, and I just as soon watch it at home in the comfort of my AC on my big flat screen.
When they were here in 1990, we went to the Pontiac Silverdome to watch the USA versus Switzerland.
Yeah,
which was the first time they ever played an indoor World Cup match. So that was pretty cool. Real quick, have you ever seen the movie Bridesmaids?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and their wedding dress, when they're trying on the wedding dresses and the bridesmaids' dresses, they offered her a Jordan almond, Kristen Wiig's character, and that's what put her over the top to get sick after eating at the weird funky Brazilian steakhouse. So they offered her Jordan almond. So if you want to see what they look like, she ate one in the Bridesmaids.
So during the commercial break, I went and I used the Googler. And I looked up Jordan almonds, and I recognize the piece of candy, right? I know, I get that now, but I don't recognize the name. I don't recognize the packaging. I don't recognize it at all. The little pastel eggs that I remember seeing, I thought were from Hershey.
got it.
But it's
I think they're just fancy almonds.
But
Yep,
it's
that's
odd
all.
that is the number one Easter candy in Ohio.
No, I'm with you. I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah.
That was bought and paid for by the Jordan Almond Lobby.
That's right.
It was definitely not. That's not organic.
The nut lobby has gotten control of Easter. That's what's happened. All right, Jason. I appreciate your call, bud.
Have a great night, Todd.
You too, man.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Woo. I picked a bad day to wear my wool thong to the station. Yowza. I did. I wore deodorant. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate it. You got a phone ringing. I was just going to let you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Pat. Thong Thursday.
It was all news.
Dayton's news
all talk.
And talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Be of good cheer and call me.
Call me now.
Call me.
He's laughing at us right on the radio.
Least we could do is get him on the radio and talk to him.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Coming up, we got a couple of animal-related stories, including this one about vaping squirrels. We'll get to that here in a minute. But Nancy in Bellbrook, how you doing, Nancy?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. So what's up?
I was just calling in because the Italians with Jordan almonds are kind of fanatics.
Oh, really?
I got married to a gentleman that's 100% Italian.
Okay.
And we did like a Renaissance type wedding, but my mother-in-law insisted that if I didn't have Jordan almonds at my reception, that my marriage would be doomed.
Oh, wow. So could we safely say, Nancy, that they're nuts for nuts?
Yeah, I would agree.
Right. Well, that's here's the thing. I'm not bashing them. I just don't recognize them. I don't recognize the packaging. I love chocolate covered almonds. I don't recognize it. And two, I find it hard to believe that those are the number one Easter candy in Ohio.
I think it's an alternative to the pure chocolate.
Right,
and
I
so
suppose.
That's why they do it with the wedding, and the Easter is they're big on the Jordan.
Yeah.
That's the true, Italian.
I got you. So you had the nuts at your reception.
I did somewhere.
Yeah.
I wasn't really that concerned about it.
Yeah. So how are things going with the mister?
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, there you go. It worked out. Good job. Good job, Nancy. All right. Thanks for your call. I appreciate it. We got some animal news. All right, so we got a couple of animal stories here. The first one has to do with squirrels. Wildlife experts are warning of the dangers of discarded nicotine products that can pose a threat to squirrels. Several squirrels, and this was in the UK, but it's also happening here. It's happening throughout the world where squirrels are living because people are vaping all over the place. And what's happening is people are tossing out their old vape cartridges. I guess like they think they're cigarette butts, which is disgusting. People flipping those out the window. You see them at the intersections, as you're waiting there to turn left or right or whatever. You see them right there. But people are doing that with the vaping cartridges. And what's happening is, most of these are fruit flavored, a little tasty on some level. And the squirrels are finding these by the road, and they're going to town. They're developing vaping problems and vaping addiction. That, according to squirrel experts. That'd be kind of cool to be a squirrel expert, wouldn't it? Photos and videos posted to various social media sites have captured incidents around the world of squirrels handling, chewing on, and even biting discarded vape devices. So stop throwing your vaping cartridges out the window. Unless you want a bunch of squirrels, cranked up on nicotine. At some point, they got to sleep, right? You don't want them up all the time. Doesn't that keep you awake? Doesn't nicotine keep you awake? I know caffeine does, but doesn't nicotine? Maybe. No? Yeah. All right. Well, what do I know? A couple of years ago, a movie came out called Cocaine Bear. And we talked a lot about it on the show. I finally saw it, saw the movie, and saw the actual Cocaine Bear in person. Little museum down in Lexington. They have the Cocaine Bear, or they say it's a cocaine bear. I think it's just a giant bear, like a stuffed bear, taxidermy bear, and they threw foot powder on its nose to make it look like it was Cocaine Bear. But the Cocaine Bear, Ian, do you know about the Cocaine Bear? Yeah, a little bit. You know it's based on a true story, right? Yeah. If you don't know the story, a number of years ago, this was in the Smoky Mountains. I think it was maybe in the early 80s. Drug dealers were dropping big duffel bags full of cocaine into the Smokies, and people on the ground would go and find the bags and then, turn around and sell them on the streets. Well, what happened was one of these duffel bags landed in the Smokies in the woods, and according to the story, a bear came across this duffel bag and went to town on all the coke. Now, in real life, from what we've been told of this story, is the bear died, I guess, from cocaine, an overdose, which can happen. But in the movie that came out a couple of years ago, the bear goes berserk and starts tearing up campsites and chasing people. It's a lot of fun. You got to see it. But we may have a sequel in the works to that movie, Cocaine Bear. According to researchers studying sharks off the coast of the Bahamas, you know where I'm going with this? That's right. They've studied blood from 85 different sharks, and they've determined that 28 of the sharks had caffeine and painkillers in their blood, presumably from humans. Whether people discarding medications into the ocean, or maybe it's in their system and then they get in the ocean and they take a leak and then, But they found one shark, a lemon shark, that tested positive for cocaine. So that is the next movie, Cocaine Shark. There needs to be somebody needs to write a crazy story about sharks on cocaine. That would be entertaining. Here's our next animal story. It has to do with, let's go ahead and play it. We got, where is it at here? Hang on for a second. Let me find it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. I got it.
All together now. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down.
Officials at a Wisconsin petting zoo say one of their kangaroos scaled an 8-foot fence last week and went missing for 3 days. The 16-month-old kangaroo named Chesney, named after country music star Kenny Chesney, became spooked after several stray dogs rushed the kangaroo enclosure last Wednesday at Sunshine Farm. The staff there chased reports of sightings in the town of, is it Necedah? Necedah, Wisconsin. Necedah? I don't know. For 3 days, workers searched and trekked hundreds of miles around the zoo. They even rented heat-seeking drones, which proved effective in narrowing down the wanderings of the high-jumping adventurer. The team caught up with Chesney on Wednesday and again Thursday night, but the frightened kangaroo slipped away, once by jumping into a cold river, and then they lost track of him with the drone. In the end, it appears Chesney didn't venture very far. He didn't go any more than 3 miles from his petting zoo home. He was finally captured on Saturday after he approached a team of researchers, probably hungry. To be safe, a new mesh top has been placed over the kangaroo enclosure to prevent any more high-jumping hijinks. And here's the best part. A book is already being written about Chesney's adventure. And proceeds will benefit the zoo for recouping the cost of the search of the missing kangaroo. And lastly, I've talked about this in the past that our dogs, Lily and Luna, are microchipped. They're chipped in case they would get lost and somebody would find them. They take them to hopefully a vet or the Humane Society or someplace like that. And they will scan the chip, just like at Kroger. You just take the dog, you put it over the thing, you scan it. That's not how it works. But they would scan it and they would find out, oh, this dog belongs to Todd Hollst. Let's call Todd and Mary and they'll come get the dog. But a lot of people don't do that. They just don't do that. They don't want to spend the money for whatever reason. To each their own. But here is a story where you might consider having your dog chipped. The Philadelphia family couldn't believe their eyes when their beloved Pooch came back into their lives this week after 11 years to the day he went missing. A heartless thief snatched the terrier-type mix, whose full name is 40 Cal, the number 40 Cal, like a gun. But he goes by 40, and snatched another dog out of the backyard back in 2015. The other dog returned, but 40 never came home. The family, who had been desperately searching for him for years, eventually gave up hope and moved to another part of Pennsylvania. But of course, they never forgot their long-lost 40 Cal. His owner, Jordan, even contacted the company that made 40's microchip to update their contact information 2 months ago, just 2 months ago, even though she believed the now elderly dog had probably passed. But lo and behold, 40, now a senior, was found wandering around Saturday night in, I guess, Philadelphia. They took the dog to a city's animal care and control office. They scanned him and found the owners. 11 years after this dog was dog-napped, finally being returned to his family. So, just a thought. If you love your pet, I'm sure you do, and he's not chipped or she's not chipped, you might consider it. Because you never know, that dog may bolt one day and never be seen again. But here's hope.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Thank you, Colleen. Have a good night. I saw, let's see, Thursday. I saw on WHIO.com that Thursday it's supposed to be sunny and 80. That's the day to play hooky. Well, Dennis, maybe this is me turning a new leaf. Oh, I appreciate that, Josh. Here's what I don't mind, like, groups of people. I just, some of these World Cup games, some of these stadiums, you're talking like 80, 90,000 people. I remember going to the Indianapolis 500 a couple of years ago, and it was insane. 200,000 people. And I've been to the race now twice. The first time I went, it was like 90 degrees, which, then you're sitting by the track, which is even hotter. It was just bloody miserable. And then the next time I went, it was rainy, and it was just by chance that was the year that I want to say the race was either postponed or delayed because of a tornado. So I don't like massive crowds like that. I hate the parking. I just hate all that. But I don't mind, like, I go to a concert like at the Rose or the Nutter Center or something like that. That's different, but big stadium, 80, 90,000 people. Oh, oh, during the eclipse. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind crowds like that. I mean, there were maybe, 20 people here?
On the All News Morning Show. Catch up and know what's going on every morning on your way to work.
Dayton's news and talk.
From the birthplace of aviation, WHIO, Dayton, Springfield, WHIO FM, Pleasant Hill.
More rain and a temperature drop is on the way. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
We are going to have mad fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Mark your calendars. Thursday, April 23rd. We're going to be doing our show live at All the Best Delicatessen down there in Washington Township. Been there a number of times. And this is being rescheduled from last week when I was off. But we'll be back there on Thursday, April 23rd. So please join us. We're ending the show tonight with some Devil Woman's news.
Get away from me, Devil Woman! She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you from behind.
So this Devil Woman, she's a Brazilian influencer. And her name is Monique Fraga. Back in April 2025, just about a year ago, she claimed that she and her husband were kidnapped by 3 armed men and forced to pay a ransom. I kind of remember talking about this. She described a terrifying ordeal to her millions of social media followers, saying that they were threatened and taken to a remote area before being released and forced to pay the ransom. After the release, the husband and I guess she went to the police station and filed a report. Hey, we were kidnapped and we were forced to pay ransom. However, a police investigation later found that the kidnapping was staged. Evidence showed that the woman, Moniki, had been in contact with one of the kidnappers, and authorities concluded she helped plan the crime as part of the extortion scheme. However, her husband, Lucas, was not involved and was the only true victim. He believed the threat was real and was even physically assaulted by the 3 men during the incident. Nearly a year later now, Fraga was arrested and charged last week with extortion, fraud, and filing a police report. One of her 3 alleged accomplices is in custody. Another one died last year, and a third is still being sought by police. So this woman was so eager for social media attention, and I'm assuming she probably split the ransom money with the bad guys. But it was all just a fraud, a scam. And her husband paid the price with a beatdown. Well, there you go. That's the show. Thanks for listening tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night, just after 5. It is Wing It Wednesday. We'll have a special guest here in the studio. Don't forget, you can get the podcast of this show at eveningedgetodd.com and visit the Evening Edge merch shop, thetoddshop.com. A lot of great stuff for the summer. I think they have some baby doll tank tops, which Ian would look great in, by the way. He'd look fabulous. Have a terrific evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow here on the Evening Edge.
So that's it?
I'm afraid so.
That was exciting.
But I've heard enough of this weird crap.
We'll try again tomorrow. Yeah.
That's all for tonight, folks.
All right, we'll see you next time.
So pull the plug already.
Spring.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.